Hello, it is Sarah with Purple Angel Oracle. So today I want to talk about dreams, and I'll get into all of that, but as well, there's a message about recognizing your power. Okay. So I'm going to share something with you. Well, first off, let me explain. Since I was very, very young, I've had very intense dreams. So I've had dreams, definitely lucid dreaming, which for those of you who don't know what lucid dreaming is, which I'm sure many of you have already looked into that, but here I'm trying to find, here we go. A lucid dream is a dream in which the dreamer knows they are dreaming. It is the awareness of the happening in the dream. Knowing that you are dreaming improves your dream clarity many folds. And thus, for the ones who want to take advantage of it, this dream becomes their platform for creation. As it is a dream, there are no rules. And you can fly sky high or take a journey to the center of the earth. That's what provides the spiritual benefits of lucid dreaming. It's very, this goes back to ancient days, lucid dreaming and the benefits of it and learning how to do it. So I'll put a link to this website that I was just reading off of. But basically, yes, that's what a lucid dream is. So I've had lucid dreams as a child. There's nights where I don't remember my dreams, or there's nights where I have dreams that I'm not sure what the point was. Of course, we're always gaining insight and information that we might not be consciously aware of. I've had dreams where I've realized I was dreaming and then woke up, in that dream to another dream. It's like levels within the dream. I've had dreams where I was aware that I'm in the dream and I can't wake up and I'm screaming because I want to wake up, like trying everything to wake up. I've had horrible dreams where I've taken trips to the lower astral plane, and wasn't aware that I could change it. So those ones are very disturbing. But anyway, so last night, this is intense. So I had a dream. Everything was just chaotic. Okay, there was a lot of fear going on. There was confusion. I won't get into detail, but everything was just very chaotic, and it was kind of a nightmare. It wasn't as intense as some of my other ones, but it reached a point where I even remember in my dream saying, I need to call my mom and wanting to say, Mom, I think I'm stuck in a dream. So I was in the process of becoming aware that I was in the dream. And so it keeps going, and I'm in this room with a whole bunch of people, and it came to me. I'm like, I'm dreaming right now. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to experience this. I don't want to do this, right? And of course, the first thing I decide to manifest within the dream is to be an angel. So I start feeling my back vibrating, and then my wings pop out and I start flying, but I'm in this room, so I'm like contained. I finally do get out. And then it just switched off to another scene, and I'm kind of like in a hospital area, and outside the doors was a big city, and the city seemed dark and kind of scary. A lot of chaos. The chaos was still there, and there was a woman standing there with me. And she basically, she said it so clear. She said, it's clear to me, but I'm going to have to try here and remember the exact words. She said, this is how you've done it. Okay. You've succeeded at realizing you're in a dream. And now you can manifest whatever you want. You've realized that you have the power to create whatever you want. You've reached the next level, is basically what she said. And so I looked at her and I go, so that city outside that seems scary, and I'm like, can I just create that or change it? And she just kind of nodded, and I already knew the answer. So this was weird too, because then I'm trying to think, God, what do I want to see, And I tried to picture another dream, a good dream I had when I was younger, of a certain scene, and I manifested it, and I walked out those doors, and it was right there. It was really, really intense. And it's strange because you think that I would be able to manifest that heavenly euphoric feeling, right? Because it was hard for me to grasp though. And it was very easy for negative images and negative things to come into my field. Okay? So yes, I could manifest a beautiful scene or whatever I wanted, but at the same time it was like a constant struggle to fight these negative images and these negative things. I had to be constantly aware and constantly keeping focus on what it is that I wanted to manifest, because it was like bad things kept coming in and I kept having to be like, nope, nope, and keep my mind in a space where I could create what exactly I wanted. And then I woke up just instantly, like my eyes just, I felt it, my eyes just opened wide open, in a second. And this has also happened to me since I was a child. And I remember telling my dad, and he didn't know what it was. There were times where I'd wake up from a very deep dream state and I would see, it's almost like green, not even green, they're just like veins, like moving veins or electricity or something all over the walls. It was almost like my eyes were coming back into focus, or I don't know. But I remember seeing that a lot as a child, and I haven't seen it for quite some time, but I saw it last night. And for whatever reason, I was scared. I felt scared when I woke up. And I had to turn on the hall light, and I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. And I don't know why. Maybe it was just the intensity of the dream. The fact that I was kind of scared that, am I really here? Maybe I wasn't sure if I was still dreaming. It was pretty crazy. But what I took from that dream was our reality is very much the same. Okay. So we do have the power to manifest anything. Okay. We really do. There are restrictions right now in this 3D reality, but at the same time, we truly do hold that power. And it's about holding that vision of what you wish to manifest and believing that it's going to happen or that it already is. And it's easier said than done. I know, believe me. It's a lot easier in your dream state. But it's so similar, because every day we're faced, like I was saying in my dream, with negative things that kept coming in, and I had to keep imagining something good, imagining what it is I want. It's just like that in everyday life. You're faced with things that you don't necessarily want, okay? But it's about visualizing what it is you do want and holding on to the light and keeping that in your mind to create what it is you're trying to manifest here. So that goes for the entire planet as far as us trying to manifest heaven on earth. Hold on to that vision and recognize your own power with this and believe it. That's the main message I got. Because yes, we already know this. We have the power to manifest whatever we want. Well, like I said, it's easier said than done. It takes a lot of control over your mind to not even blocking those things out. That's not what it's about. It's about just realizing you don't have to experience it. Okay? It's just, where do you want your space to be at that point in time? If the emotion comes in, it's there, but you can shift it. Okay? You don't have to forcefully do it, but you could just create a different image in your mind or create a different emotion. Always reach for the best feeling thought. Okay? And I think it was Abraham Hicks that said that. Always reach to the best feeling thought that you have access to. Okay? Because that's what you start to manifest. The power of your mind is very important. And I knew that, but I didn't really grasp it until last night when I was in my dream state. I'm realizing, geez, this is a lot of pressure, because if I think one bad thing here, it's going to manifest. And yeah, it is a lot of pressure. But thankfully, we're being gradually pushed into this right now. So it's not that to that intensity where all of a sudden, right before your eyes in an instant, you're manifesting something negative or, but it just, I hope I explained that. I tried. Also, there was one other thing in my dream that was very strange. I walked up into this room and I saw like these orange humans, but they were like salamanders. I don't know what it was. They were looked like half salamander, orange salamander, and half human. And I just remember the very bright yellow eyes, like the snake eyes, but very bright yellow. And they weren't evil. They didn't really have that much of a negative energy. It was one woman that I did talk to that just had like that reptilian, whatever it was, face. And she was a little sassy, but nothing I couldn't handle. I mean, it wasn't that. But I tried to look up what I could find about orange interdimensional beings, and I really could not find much. So if you guys have any information on that, I'd like to know. It could have just been something my mind just created. But if you have any information, I would, definitely like to hear it. But let's move on to something else that I want to bring up as far as being in your power, being conscious of your thoughts in every moment. Okay. Because that's kind of what that dream also taught me, is about, it taught me to be consciously aware in every now moment of what I want to attract here. So being conscious of your thoughts. So here's an example. So some thoughts that come into your mind, like, I'm not attractive enough. I don't have enough money. And these are very, 3D type of thoughts, but they do happen to us still. It's natural. Don't mind my son in the background. Sorry about that. But these are very natural thoughts, and they're still coming up for a lot of people. I'm talking about just self-doubt thoughts, any negative thoughts. Now, when you get those thoughts, I think it's very important to just be aware of them. That's the first step. Okay. So when it's just become habit that we think these things about ourselves, but now it's time to be aware of the thought. So, okay, there's another one. How many times have I said that about myself today, right? How many times have I put myself down today? And being aware of it. So you could do that for a week or, however long it takes for you to just, be aware of every thought. You could even write it down how many times, okay? And then you'll move on to the point of when the thought comes in your mind, tell yourself the opposite, which is the truth. Ultimately, it's the truth. Okay. So tell yourself, I am beautiful. I have more than enough to take care of my needs right now. Which is the truth. And the more that you begin to do that, to be aware of each thought coming through your mind and deciding whether that thought's doing you any good, is it making you feel better? And if it's not, then how can you turn that around? Okay. And the more you begin to believe it, the more you do that, the more you begin to believe it. Okay. Because it is the truth, and it's the truth. It's just reminding yourself that it's the truth, because we've gotten into routines of putting ourselves down, feeling like we're lacking. And these thoughts just come in. And it's like we just sometimes aren't always aware of them. Another thing I've noticed, and I've talked to other people who have experienced this, okay? Unwanted thoughts. And I'm talking, and I get these just because I have PTSD from some traumatic events I've had in my life. But also friends of mine, a lot of mothers especially have experienced this. And this is a growing phenomenon for a lot of people. Excuse me. And it's thoughts that come into your mind in an instant, and some of them can be very scary, gruesome, but it's usually about something that's very important to you and something you care about deeply, and something bad happening, okay, when it comes to those things. And they're very quick, and they come in, and you get an image that you created from things you've seen in your life, from movies, whatever it is, fears, okay, and they flash in your mind, and you're sitting there going, why would I think that? Why would I ever think that? And so you're sitting there, right, beating yourself up. Is there something wrong with me? Why would I think something that horrible happening? Why? Now, I'm just going to tell you though, that the more that you sit there and question it and say, go away, leave me alone, stop. There's something wrong with me. I need to get help. Okay. You do what feels right for you always. Okay. But in my personal experience with these, the best thing you can do, and it has worked for me every time, and they'll still come back sometimes because like I said yesterday, we're also purging and we're clearing. So these thoughts are coming in for us to clear. Okay. Doesn't mean you need to sit there and really think hard on it, because I've done that too and it does not work. It makes it worse. The best advice I can give for that situation is to literally, when it comes in, don't even pay attention. Just move on. Okay. Don't feed into it. Don't sit there and wonder about it. None of it. Just kind of be like, I know it's not, it's not real, whatever. Don't give it any of your power. None of the attention that it doesn't need any of that. Okay. So as quick as it comes in, that's how quick it should be gone. And you should be moving on to something better. Okay. If it helps, you could picture a puppy or a kitten, just shift it right there, because those honestly are just there coming out to be cleansed. But the more you feed into those ones, they'll linger and they'll keep coming back, and it's going to drive you nuts. So if that's something that you've been struggling with, which I know a lot of people do, which, goes hand in hand with OCD, anxiety, don't give those ones much thought at all, because it'll just grow. It'll keep growing and growing. So that's just my personal experience. Okay. Okay. So moving on to something else here. This is something that has really been, my higher self has been presenting to me a lot, that I need to share. Also, once again, coming into your power, coming into your confidence, speaking your truth. So now is the time, if you're feeling this urge, okay, now is the time to take action. So share your insights. If you're feeling like you want to get on YouTube and start sharing, do it. If you want to start a blog, start writing, whatever it is, whatever your way is to share this with the planet, now is the time to do it, okay? Because so many people are waking up right now. And a lot of people are confused, and everybody's different. So, and all people resonate with different things and different people. So you could be that one person, right, that someone needs. That one person that they can relate to on this ascension journey. The one person that they listen to and they're like, it hits them as truth. And they're like, wow, this is really happening. It's just so important for us all to share, because we are all different. We word things differently. We're getting different downloads at different times. Yes, we're working towards the same goal here, but there's a lot of people that still need assistance on this journey. Okay. And like I said, you could be that one person that somebody else resonates with. Okay. And you could really change their life. So that's definitely something I wanted to mention. Also, I've received a few comments from other countries, okay, saying, it seems like the United States is way more spiritually awake or conscious of this ascension than a lot of other countries, okay? And that could very well be. It's really hard to say. I know the United States, we have our problems too, so I'm sure everyone's aware of. But the United States was based on God. I mean, initially, God, and it was supposed to be a free country. I don't know why I just said free, so weird, but that's what it's supposed to be. We have every culture here. People are able to share their ideas openly. Okay, so I think it's just been easier for the U.S. because we're more open to sharing these things, and we've kind of all come together in the sense, all different cultures and religions, just into this mass, and there's just been a lot of sharing. So, I mean, that could be the reason, but I also know there are a lot of countries that you might not know that people are consciously awake right now, because due to circumstance or just the way the country is or the environment, whatever, this topic of ascension and things like that may just be taboo in certain areas. So there could be people that are awake, but they're just not, as a country, not ready, feeling secure enough to share their insights, to speak their truth. Okay. But the ones that are awake in specific areas, you're doing incredible work. If you're speaking your truth and you're sharing and you're doing your best, like, you're really a pillar of light in these areas, and you were positioned there for a specific reason. Just like certain people are positioned in areas that are very dark and have really dense energy, which that's how I feel about my area personally. We have a lot of crime. We have a lot of drug use. There's a lot of death. There really is a lot of hard things. But I think we're positioned as light workers where we need to be, because we're transmuting. We're transmuting this and cleansing the entire area. Okay. And one country in particular, I got a comment this morning on my last video, how he said, I just pray and wish the collective consciousness supports each other, especially fellow American light workers, to awaken Indians. It's tragic that India, the land of spirituality, has so many unconscious souls, but it's because the system is so new. But I am sure our collective efforts to awaken everyone will support each other. Okay. I've also received comments from Australia that, wow, it seems like the US is a lot more in tune with what's going on. Hardly anyone's awake where I'm at. Okay. Once again, I don't know. We don't fully know, because some people aren't ready to speak up yet. And that's why, if you are awake and you're ready to share this, you're a forerunner for your area. And you've taken on a lot. So thank you. You're courageous. You're incredible. I love you. I just think it's really important right now. And with that comment being said, that we really do show support for the entire planet, for every country to awaken to their full divinity here. And what I do, as I've said this before, I picture myself as a purple angel once again, and I'm flying over the planet. And depending on what I'm trying to pray for, or whatever, I fly and I go, wake up, time to wake up. Just like a mother waking up her child in the morning. Whatever way you can visualize or pray, whatever way feels right to you, I think it's important to take time to send that energy to every country, to the entire planet, because it's going to happen. I mean, but it's also a good reminder that we're the ones making it happen, and we're going to do it. But I just think it's important to take time to do that as well, because it might seem like where you're at, you don't have anyone to talk to. And if you're looking at videos on YouTube or other people from the US that have all this information, I don't know why that is personally. But it's very important that we share our light and our love with the entire planet and help awaken as many people as we can. So that's just something I did see. And then so I replied, to that amazing comment. If you want to check that out, it's in my previous video, and I'm going to try to pronounce his name correctly, but it's Devansh Neji. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it. I'm sorry. But it was an awesome comment, and I really appreciate it. And he left a link for the John Lennon song Imagine, which is absolutely beautiful. And actually at our New Year's Eve 2020 ball drop, there was an amazing band, I think it's Ex-Ambassadors, that sang that song, and it brought tears to my eyes, because it really was the dawning of this era that we're coming into. And it's about manifesting and imagining and visualizing. That's exactly what this is about. So yeah, and then I replied, and then he mentioned something about angel number 47. And like I said, if you want to go check that comment out, it's beautiful. But I'm going to, since the Schumann resonance is at the same Same number as yesterday. I'm not going to go over number 39 again. So I am going to take the number that he wrote in the comments, and we'll see what that means. So it says, when you keep seeing the angel number 47, your angels are trying to communicate something important to you. In case you didn't know it, the meaning of number 47 is appreciation. The divine realm wants you to know that all your efforts and hard work are truly appreciated. Okay, and then here's another one. Angel number 47 is a message that the work you are doing towards your personal spiritual development and enlightenment are being encouraged and supported by the angels, ascended masters, and archangels. Okay? So awesome, because it goes hand in hand with what I was saying about all of you being pillars of light for your specific area. Okay? You're very appreciated for that, okay? You're courageous. The angels, your guides, God, everyone knows that. And they got your back. The universe has your back right now because you're doing important work by spreading your message, by sending your love, by manifesting and visualizing. I mean, it's just incredible to even be consciously awake right now and be doing this is beyond more than, you could be doing. It's beyond anything. It's crazy. It's amazing. So that's just a message of encouragement. You're doing a great job, and know that when you're in an area where you feel alone and you're not sure why no one seems to be awake, or there's a lot of violence and sadness and destruction, you're there for a reason, and you're transmuting the light because you're awake and you're aware of what's going on. And the power of that alone is incredible. So remember your light, okay? And like I was saying, be conscious of your thoughts, okay? This is something I've been working on for quite some time now. And sometimes you forget. You'll be working on it for a while and you're really aware, and then but it's all a natural process. You're going to do what you need to do. But I was just wanting to share some tips of my own that I use that really do help uplift me and change my life. And they did. And it, during my second Ascension jump last summer of 2019, that's when I started doing all of this. And it literally changed my entire life. Okay. Just being aware of your thoughts alone. I mean, my entire family saw a change in me. Everything changed for the better. It was incredible. So that's about it. I'm going to get going. I love you all. I hope this helped. And please have a beautiful day. Keep your thoughts happy as much as you can. I know it's rough. There's a lot of bad things going on. But picture the beauty and send the love and the beauty to these negative situations and watch how it manifests. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Bye.